What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake for those that are new here, and this is part 2 to the 1070. Did not see that video, go back a video, or I'll link it up above to show up about this time, and go back and catch up with what's going on. In this video we're opening up the top and replacing the blower motor, trying to get it going again. Another side note, I don't know if I mentioned anything about it in the video, is we painted the top to stop the rusting, is the main idea of what we're doing there, just to make things last longer and just stop the rust, period. Eventually we'll maybe in the future at some point restore the tractor and we'll do everything more correctly, but anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the video. Yeah, good thing you yep. So far, I ain't had much. We're gonna be fun getting them out of there, Alright, I'm back here at the shed. I'm gonna work on the 1070. I just got off work and I got the blower motor out of the top of the cab, as you'll see in the last clip, or as you saw in the last clip. Got it over here on the bench. I'm gonna try to get everything apart on it and be able to get the new motor transferred over to everything. And also got some paint. We're gonna clean up the top plate here and get some paint on it to prevent it from rusting quite so much or at all. So anyways, this is what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to try to get some primer onto that piece over there and hopefully get quite a few coats on it, and try to get all the blower motor back together and up into it. And also I got my dad's 2 new lights that I got him for Father's Day here. I'm gonna put this one down here and put the new ones up top. These are also a high-low, but they only have 6, and we have them both on the front and back. So these are the cultivator lights, which are the same that are on the back. So in typical fashion, we'll match those with what's on back, because originally these were on back also, and these were typically a high and low, and that's the way I'll put it back to. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do today. Try to get as much possible that we can get done here, because it is nice and hot and we really need to be doing hay. I'm at a stopping point for the lights tonight. I have to rewire the other side because it was not working on the low side of the low and high beam. So I'm gonna finish that up tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get the panels on at least tonight. I'll have to do the hood with some help around here because I can't exactly lift a hood by myself because it'd just not be great. So the blower is back together and it is sitting up on top of the cab right now. Need to clean up what's in there. Try to do that before I put the blower fan in. Well, we run the 1070 this morning just to verify that nothing was leaking, and we done a pretty decent job to where nothing's leaking. So we'll work at trying to get the hood on it eventually. Here we have to fix the coolant sensor right back here. It's got no wire on it, and the wire that was on it was just looped around it, so we'll fix that. And we're gonna work on the top today and hopefully get everything buttoned up top. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is vacuum out the top here, get everything that's loose out, so then we can blow out the evaporator and the heater core, try to get that all cleaned up, so then we can get all the fan assembly inside. So Dad's gonna work on the top here. There's a couple of rust holes through at the one corner and over here. So that's what he's doing in this time lapse. Well, we had some lunch there, and we're back down here at the shed. Gonna work on the 1070 some more. Try to get everything together. Done a little bit of wire study while I was at lunch too, and figured out why I'm not getting power up here. I'm missing this power wire right here that's coming from the fuse, so I'll get that plugged in and hopefully everything will turn on.
Do it like it's been off for quite a while or something.
Yeah, it completely rusted it off, and then there's nothing sticking out. It's broke off flush with the deal in there.
Nice.
It's all seen moisture.
No. That's why I'm trying to get the top of this dumb thing sealed up. It's got a stupid deal when it's raining inside here. From it raining outside, basically.
If I had something
Well, I guess, I didn't bring all my connectors down here.
I got some.
I guess we could cut it off and put everything on there, I guess. Forget the thing.
I'll heat shrink the outside of it. So then it's got a, like protective, like what they're trying to do there.
We're good.
Then there's supposed to be a resistor going from here, which that's what this wire is here for, down over to this side. It's supposed to be a resistor wire, that's all it says. It's supposed to only put through so many ohms, and if it goes above that, well, it's supposed to fry. Supposed to. Alright, well, we figured out that the fuse is bad for the blower motor, so my dad's going to run to town and get some fuses, and I'm going to stay here and try to work on some other things. Like, we're going to add 2 upper lights on this 1070 to point backwards so that we can see better, because no doubt we're probably going to be working in the dark this year with us working overtime. So that I'm going to run a power wire. They have 4 holes at each corner of the cab here, and we're going to go off of both sides on the back here. So I'm going to run a power wire to this hole here. But first, I'm going to run a tap through each of the holes, so then that we know that they're good and clean and that they'll ground efficiently. To run a light, we will then, I will run a power wire going across and then hook into the other side, and then I'll run it down the same line as the flashers, and we'll tie into the floodlight that is on that side so that we can get power from there, and we don't have to run it on some different switch. We'll just be able to flip it on and all of them will come on without us doing any extra switches. Well, the top is drying with the first coat of primer. I'm gonna stick everything back together because we have a blower. Finally. What's up, everybody? Today is Sunday afternoon on Father's Day, and we're trying to get a mad crunch at getting everything done. We just painted the top, which is just the same thing over and over, and now we're gonna try to do the ceramic coating on the exhaust. So what we're gonna do is run it for 10 minutes, shut it off for 10 minutes, start it up, let it run for 20 minutes, shut it off and let it cool for 20 minutes. And then we'll fire it up and let it run for 30 minutes at operating temperature, and we'll get it all nice and smooth, hopefully. It's all got a nice gray color to it right now. So we'll try to get this all done for it.
How to use a stand?
Alright, we got the cycle done all for the exhaust. It looks a little smoother. It'll probably look better over time. Got the third coat on the top and on the cover for the top. We're gonna call it quits for today because it is Sunday and we're gonna go to church. Shout out to Bill Freeman with Wild Bill's Outdoors. If you're not familiar with him, go check him out. It's a plug for him. So he hung out with us for the day. So anyways, we're going to go to church now. Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday the 20th, and I have the day off. And I'm going to try to work on getting the 1070 the rest of the way together. We have just the top to do. I'm going to add another run of wiring to the other corners of the cab and try to have a power wire there ready to go for the front of the cab anyways, so that in the future when we add more lights, which we're going to at some point, just we don't have the time right now and we don't have the lights, we are going to have the wiring already there. We won't have to get into the top of the cab anymore. Yesterday we done 3 coats on the top of the cab and on the cover, which is outside currently. I will need a little bit of help to be able to get that up on top. I will have my mom come and help me do that. But I'm hoping to get everything buttoned up together. We have some hay down. We have the patch right outside the sheds here around the south and over to the east. And then we got 2 small patches up north that are down already. And 5 rounds around the patch that's going along the road. Just straight north of the house and the sheds in here. So I'm hoping that I can get a decent start to everything today. It's already 9:15 this morning. I did not get a great start this morning, but I'll try to make the most of it. So first thing that I need to do is get the paper off of the cab and get all the tape off, so then I can add the wiring to it up in the cab. I'll just splice into the power wire that I already have running up. I also need to add the flashers too. My dad picked up some generic flashers from Elmer's Repair, and we do have to do a little modification to the cab because they have a single 1/2-inch hole. Pull one out here real quick. They have a single hole for the power and the mounting here, and in the cab there's 2 1/4-inch holes besides a hole that would run the wire through the center of it. So we're gonna do a little bit of modification to that, and they won't look totally original. I have one on my 1570 over here that is original, but it'll look a little different. Red and orange on both sides. One side is red and one side is orange. So yeah, it won't look totally perfect, but if we can find another orange lens, well, that would be pretty close. I don't know exactly where these lights are from, but we'll make do with what we got right now. So anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna get started this morning. I mentioned a couple videos ago that I wasn't interested in rattle can restorations, but I would say that we done a pretty decent job with it. I don't see any lines in it, and I think that it looks very professional in my opinion. Now, it's not totally perfect. There's some things that are in the paint because we're not in a sealed location. This is just a pole barn shed. So there's some bugs and probably some dirt and things in this paint, but overall we're just trying to protect what is already here and get a nice coat of paint again to do the best that we can to prevent just rusting and destroying this thing. We're trying to make it last a little bit longer. Alright, now I'm gonna start drilling a hole through the center of a bolt so we can do a wire pass through on it and use them up here at the corners. So we got a drill press vise and we tried it with a stainless steel bolt and wasn't having no luck. We ended up burning this bit up because I didn't want it to rust, so I thought I'd buy stainless steel, and that turned out to be a bad idea. So next best thing is just doing a regular 5 grade bolt, even if this is 5 grade because it don't have the marks on it. I'm pretty sure that we pulled it out of grade 5 bolt bin, but it doesn't look like that it actually specifies that, so maybe they're just grade 2. Well, that wasn't too bad. I got all 4 of them with a hole down the center of them now, and that wasn't too bad really. Broke the first bit, but this one done pretty well. Kept the wool in it. So now I'll try to get the rear lights onto the tractor now. Alright, I went and had some lunch. I got this side flasher assembly all put on. Now I need to work on the add-in light. About to do the same thing as what I did over here. Pretty close to it anyways. We'll probably have to do some adjustments on lighting anyways once we get to the dark. Just so we can concentrate where we need the lighting. So I'm gonna try to get that all together. I still yet to put the cover on. Alright, that got this side done, and it lights up as you can tell. So that buttons that up. I will start taking all the tools down and try to get ready to put the cover on the top. So we're too short on the J-clips. Turns out there's more on here than what was originally counted, and we're short on the rubber washers, rubber metal backed washers. So I'm gonna run to town and try to find some. Well, I'm back from town. I also picked up the 2 lights that we ordered for this thing the other night. Since the other 2 weren't working, I already got 1 in. So I got 2 more J-clips and some more washers. So we'll be ready to go that way. So we'll get going here and get it back together. Well, that was a fun chore to do. Started setting up on me pretty good, the silicone that is, and but I was able to get it. Had a few problems with a few clips, but I was able to get them lined out and get the bolts in them. So it's all sealed up, got silicone all the way around underneath, and I went ahead and done the edges. So now it's time to clean off the tractor so we can start doing some hay. Well, that'll do it for this video. We'll be going right into hay here, so be looking for some videos with using the 1070 if you're interested in that. But this project is done, and now we're gonna go use it. So we'll see how it looks, or how it does here with it getting darker, with the added 2 lights on the rear. And thank goodness we got some flashers on this thing now too. So anyways, if you're here, consider subscribing, and thank you for getting to this point in the video. Not many of you do that, so if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for getting to this point in the video also. That really means a lot. Give the video a thumbs up if you like this sort of content, and comment with any questions, and we'll see y'all on the next one.